is the iPhone 15. There's the same two sizes again, iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus. And yeah, you know, there's some small changes like the slight soft corner radii on the aluminum rails and the one-piece glass back fading between a lighter and darker version of the same color, like this new pink one. It's pretty seamless. Also, satin soft touch backs across the whole lineup instead of glossy. I definitely like that. But the big headlining feature, really, is it's USB now. Lightning is officially dead. These new iPhones are all USB-C across the board. Now, on one hand, this is a huge deal. Like, there's only ever been one port change in the iPhone ever. Back in 2012, we went from that 30-pin connector thing to this new Lightning thing, which we've had ever since. And now the second one ever is USB Type-C. But on the other hand, it's just USB. Like, it's the same port all these other laptops and tablets all over the planet have had for the past couple years. I imagine it might be another year or two before the whole lineup, like the baseline cheap iPad and the iPhone SE and everything else, gets USB-C. But yeah, I don't know. We knew it was coming, but it's still kind of surreal to look at an iPhone and see a USB port on it. So what does this enable? It's the real question, right? First of all, it's the one cable that you can ideally use to charge all your stuff. So your Mac, your iPad, your iPhone, your friend's Android phone, the new AirPods, which just got a new USB-C case, all that stuff, one cable. Oh, and now you can charge accessories like the new AirPods with the wire. So there's no wireless reverse charging right now, but that C-to-C cable that comes in the box, you can like plug it into the iPhone, plug it into the AirPods, and charge the AirPods up from the iPhone battery. It's a little bit of a new display. You know, you get the dynamic island here, of course, on these baseline iPhones. So now a higher peak brightness, 2000 nits now, which is twice as bright as the iPhone 14's. New camera. The primary camera is now a 48 megapixel chip, presumably the same one that was in the iPhone 14 Pro last year, and all the benefits that come with that. And then the rest of the phone really follows that same formula. They do this thing where the new baseline phone is basically last year's Pro phone repackaged. So it inherits the same A16 Bionic chip from last year's Pro phone. The coolest feature of this phone, though, is the camera has this new next generation portrait mode. But basically it automatically detects when there's a subject in a photo and captures all of the depth information needed to be able to turn it into a portrait mode photo later. So you don't have to remember to switch it to portrait mode necessarily every time. And if you ever forget but want to add that blur later, you can do it with high quality results. So that's cool. Aside from that, the rest of the phone, I mean, it's the same thing, right? And same starting prices, $799 for the 15 and $899 for the 15 Plus. iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. There is some more new here. A lot of it I'm actually gonna want to test. Basically, it's not bleeding edge stuff that we've never seen before. It's just welcome stuff. And those are mostly in build quality, the chip inside, and the cameras. So let's just start with the chip inside. It's a brand new chip that's called the A17 Pro. It's their first 3nm chip, so it promises some performance and efficiency improvements as a result. I think they said it's like 10% faster high performance cores, and the neural engine's up to twice as fast. So this is clearly a powerful chip. They showed a demo of a game with like faster ray tracing, which isn't new, but you know, it helped make their point. But the interesting thing to note here with this chip is they mentioned the chip has a new USB 3 controller on it, which means the 15 and 15 Plus don't have that. So basically that means the Pro iPhone's USB-C port actually gets upgraded USB 3 speeds, the faster data transfer speeds, up to 10 gigabits per second. But the base iPhones without that controller, they get USB-C, but they're going to be stuck at USB 2.0 speeds. But for the Pro phones that are going to be shooting more ProRes video or Pro RAW photos, I mean, it takes forever. If you've shot this stuff like I have, you know it takes forever to get those off of the phone because they're big files. So I kind of wish they'd gone all the way. I wish they'd done Thunderbolt speeds, 20, 30, 40 gigabits per second. But yeah, it's just going to be USB 3 on the Pro iPhones and USB 2 on the base iPhones. No fast charging. Like this, the new design is what most people are fawning over at the moment with the Pros. So they have switched the rails from that shiny fingerprinty stainless steel to this new grade 5 titanium alloy with a brushed texture. And it's nice. It is, first of all, it's noticeably lighter in the hand, which I love. And it seems like it's also enabled them to shrink the body of the Pro iPhones just a little bit. So they have the same screen sizes, but the screens now get even closer to the edges, and there's even thinner, slightly thinner bezels, and I actually do notice that. Now, I've dropped this phone As you know, I don't have a case. On the ground, I've dented the stainless steel rails. It's fine. It doesn't break. It's not the stainless steel that breaks. It's the glass that breaks. My favorite feature is the new action button. A new customizable button